So mouth charts. Mouth chart, quite simply, is every mouth shape that a character is going to do to be able to get through dialogue. When the show finally goes to the timers have a track reader that go through and mark every syllable or sound that a character says during dialogue. In order to get the lip sync, we need a corresponding mouth shape to go with that dialogue so we get lip sync. Those mouth shapes are drawn by the character designer. Like I said, I think this is a big part of the character design job, and I don't believe that I've ever seen a portfolio that had a mouth chart in it from someone who was not an established character designer. So let's talk about mouth charts. You can Google and find out more about mouth charts in animation, but I'll give you a brief overline here. So this is any character that has a speaking role most likely will need a mouth chart. Now, the lead character designer has most likely done the mouth charts for the main characters, but any incidental character, any new character that's created is going to need a mouth chart. And I gotta say, this is at least a quarter of the work of a character designer in the Hollywood studio. This is a basic mouth chart that I'm showing you now. Screenshot it if you like, so you'll know how to do this moving forward. There is a custom way that we do mouth charts, but it is by no means rock solid. So I'm gonna go over this mouth chart and go over some other ones to show you how they may difference. So first thing you'll notice is that the mouth chart is not labeled according to the sound that you're making, but is labeled alphabetically. A is always a closed mouth, regular closed mouth, and these are the ones that are used for sounds like m, b before you do the b, or p before you do the p, m, b, and p. Are label A. So anytime the character is making a sound with a closed mouth, it is then delineated on the X sheets to use mouth shape A. Generally speaking, that is always A is a closed mouth shape. B, C, D are now sort of a small, medium, large of the mouth opening. Position B, I should say, is used for small sounds like C, S, D, G, K, where the mouth is open just a little bit. Mouth shape C is a little bit wider. Mouth shape D is a wider mouth for K, where the mouth is open more. Generally speaking, that's a small, medium, large of opening a mouth. E is a tricky one that is generally used for open vowel like fla, where it's open and it's generally brief. So it is wider, but not the same as position F. Position F is specifically the ooh sound, where the lips might come out and ooh come forward. Position G is the bottom lip tucked under the top teeth with an F sound. Position H is the L is where the tongue hits the top of the roof of the mouth before it comes back down. In position H, it's usually very important to see the tongue, because it's that flash of tongue that's on only for a couple frames that will give us the sense of the L sound being said. And then position I is the tongue coming forward on the teeth. Some designers love to put the tongue on the outside of the teeth to really get that sound, the TH sound. And for J, it was full teeth, or E, or something like that. Now, generally speaking, I gotta say, the first maybe A through G or H are pretty solid within the industry. The closed mouth, the small, medium, large, open mouth, the ooh sound, of course, the F and the L. Here's another model sheet that I pulled off the internet from Kim Possible, where you can see again, A is the closed mouth. Then we have B is teeth, but it's still the B, C, D is a small, medium, large opening. Depending on how this director and character designer liked doing their mouth chart, they decided specifically to have a closed teeth shape for that B sound, which is the small G sounds. Let's see, F is still the ooh, G is still the tucked teeth for F, but H is no longer the L sound, but instead this wide open scream. And again, because these are not standardized, what happens is the character designer makes the model sheet and labels everything, and then the timer puts the appropriate model sheet mouth shape on the appropriate sound, and then it gets animated that way. So as long as everybody follows the mouth chart, everything will end up looking good. That's why it doesn't have to be standardized, as long as everyone down the line on this particular show is following these mouth charts specifically. I think I have one more example. Yeah, Steven Universe, which even has additional. This has a JKL, a K and an L, which is something that I guess their character designer, knowing the show, said, we're going to be using this shape a lot because it feels like something the character would use. Also, each lead character designer has specific quirks. I have my own specific quirks about how I like that when the bottom lip is tucked under the teeth for the F sound. I have my own way that I direct my character designers to do it because it's the way that I think works the best. So everybody has a specific way of doing it. And so when you create a mouth chart, you can do one of these and just have the mouth chart. I don't think you won't need to include what all the sounds are, but just show that you label it A, B, C, D, label it in alphabetical order, show the mouth chart, show the mouth shapes, that you know how to do the mouth shapes. And if you do it for a couple different characters to show that you can work with different mouth shapes, that would be a big relief to somebody who's looking through tons of portfolios and is looking for somebody that can be dropped into the job immediately. It shows them that you know what the job is and that you can do it. And like I say, it doesn't have to be exactly a certain formula. There is slight variations among how everyone does it, so don't feel bad about getting those done. So like I say, you have to do a lot of them. You get good at doing them really fast when you are doing them, but showing an employer that you know that you can, I think, is just very, very important.